Hello, 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 and welcome with Cooking with Camille. Today we're going to do stuff early since it's supposed to be hot today. I want to get my cooking done and out the way. So we're going to do some stuffed pepper soup because I had a taste for some soup. I don't care if it's summer, whatever. Soup is good anytime, and that's what we're going to have. If you don't like it, then don't watch the video. How about that? Okay, and I'm going to do some stuffed pepper soup because I had some leftover stuff I wanted to get rid of. So I could either do that or another kind of soup. But we're going to do stuffed pepper soup because I had a lot of peppers I want to get rid of. Excuse me. Excuse me. Pepper. Okay, and then we're going to also do some chocolate chip muffins so I can have some muffins for breakfast in the morning, every morning when we wake up. So we're going to do attempt to do some chocolate chip muffins, okay? So you're going to need some, this is 2 green peppers and 1 onion. I got some diced tomatoes. I got some pasta sauce or tomato sauce, whatever you have. I got some ground turkey. I'm going to use some ground turkey. Some Italian seasoning, some garlic and pepper. I'm going to use some beef base, and I'm going to use some basil. And then I got some leftover beans and rice. I'm going to put that also in my stuffed pepper so I don't have to throw it away. Okay, let's get started. I'm going to start grounding the turkey and get that brown. Okay, I got the skillet going for the turkey. I got the pot over here going for get the soup ready. Okay, so let's start grounding our ground turkey. Okay, we're going to start our turkey. You can grind it. You can use hamburger, turkey, whatever you want. You can put whatever meat you want in it. You can put sausage in it if you want it. Whatever you want to do, okay? It's your soup. Your soup. So this is good to have when you don't want to feel like cooking. I just want to get my cooking done so I can sit down and relax and enjoy this weather today. Okay, so we're going to add so I won't add it to my soup. We're going to add some garlic salt and pepper. I'm going to add some basil to my meat. Just some basil leaves, dry basil leaves. Or you can put a fresh basil in there, bay leaf, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to put it in my meat. And, of course, my favorite, Italian seasoning. And then I already got pepper, and I'm going to add just a tiny bit of paprika to that. And just let it continue to simmer and cook, okay? Now while that's cooking over there, then I'm going to add some beef base to our water over here until you get the taste that you want. Add your beef base. I'm going to put 1 tablespoon in there because it's a lot of water. And you can always add water if it's too salty. So we're just going to add a little bit of more paste. And let's see how that comes out. This is my friend Bill Boss gave me this, and I've been using it ever since, so I'm going to be buying more of this because I like this. This is better than bouillon roast beef base. I like this, but I also like the other beef base that I use. I know that I use, and you don't need much of that. Well, here it is in chicken, but I get it in beef and chicken. This is what I use. It's gluten-free, so this is even better, and you only need a little bit of this, so that. Okay. Now that I stirred it, I'm going to add a little bit on the other side now. The same seasoning on the other side. So go ahead and do the same thing on the other side and continue to brown. Yeah, and I forgot to tell you, make sure you get 3/4 cup of rice. You know, I use Uncle Ben's. You can use whatever you want. And then we're going to dice up 3 cloves of garlic. 3 cloves of garlic to put in with the vegetables when we cook them. Now that we got this going, make sure you chop it up really, really good. Chop it up while it's brown and chop it up. And then we're going to set that aside and do our vegetables. So chop it up really good. Okay, now we put the meat on the side. And now we got another skillet. And I put some olive oil in the skillet. And we're going to stir fry our 2 green peppers, well, 2 green peppers and a half, 1 onion, and our garlic. And this is our garlic, 3 cloves of garlic diced. I just stir fry that. We don't need no seasonings because we got it all in our meat. We don't want to put too much seasonings in it because it'll make it too salty and everything. So we're going to do this till they come to a brown. And the reason why I like to stir fry my vegetables because it gives it a better flavor. In beef bouillon, you could taste it better because it's more like a grilled taste. So that's why I do that. Okay? Okay. We don't want to completely cook them because they're going to cook inside the broth. So now we're going to switch the meat back over this way and add our peppers to our meat. Okay? And mix that all together. Make sure your meat is all fine. See how good and fine mine is? Make sure it's all good and fine, your meat. And like I said, you can use hamburger, ground turkey like I do. You can add pork, the ones that you like pork. Add some sausage, like some Bob Evans mild sage sausage to give it some flavor. All that'll work. Okay, our soup got a good flavor, but I want to add a tab of the beef base I had to it. Just to add it, just a quarter teaspoon. And see, let that cook in there to give it a little. This is more a little saltier. That's why you don't need much of this. The other ones are more creamier. Now let's see how that turned out, and then we'll add our other stuff. Okay. Now that we got that, we're gonna let this come to a boil, and then we're gonna add the meat. Okay. Now we're gonna add our meat mixture to our broth. Make sure you scrape it all out. All them juices and everything that makes it good. Okay, we're going to save our rice to the last minute because we don't want to, the rice will cook and take up all the juice. So we'll save the rice for the last minute. Then we're going to add our pasta sauce. And I'm going to add just a little water in there to get the rest of it out.
It's lunchtime. Make sure to drink water.
Add the rest of that. Okay. And if you want, you could add stewed tomatoes to it. If you want, which I am. I got to wipe off the can and open it. And then I always add like you can add a tablespoon of brown sugar or a tablespoon of white sugar to get that bland taste from that pasta sauce. I don't like that bland taste of all the spaghetti sauce. So I add about a tablespoon of sugar. Okay, our stewed tomatoes. Okay. And you can use whatever you want. I'm going to use white sugar. That's what I normally use. My arm is killing me. And just get your hand and just add a tablespoon. And just let that simmer. We're going to let that come to a simmer and stir it up till it cooks down. And then we're going to add that leftover red beans and rice. That'll give it some flavor. And then we'll add the rice once it cooked down a little bit. Okay? Now while we're doing this and this cooking, we're going to get our ingredients together for our chocolate chip muffins. Okay, it's finally coming to a boil. I put the top on there to make it boil. So we're going to let it boil down before we add the rice. Okay, everybody, now we're going to do attempt to do some chocolate chip cookies. Okay, now, since I got super big muffin pans, I got the little ones too. They're too damn little. I want a muffin. So I'm using the big jumbo muffin pans, okay? So I'm going to double my batch because if I use that, 6, 12, that's only going to make 2 pans, 12 muffins. So I'm going to double my batches. So we're going to need 2.5 cups of flour. So I'm going to do 3 cups of flour. That's 2, and I got to get another one. Okay, we're going to need 1 tablespoon of baking powder. I got my baking powder in here. So I'm going to use 2 tablespoons of baking powder. 1 teaspoon of baking soda, which I got it in here, which I'm using 2 teaspoons of baking soda. A half a teaspoon of salt, which I got in here, which I'm using 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to use a half a cup of unsalted butter, melted. Oh, I got it in the freezer. Chilling down. A half a cup, but I'm going to use a cup of unsalted butter, okay? And I'm going to use 2 eggs, which I got 4 eggs back there. Okay, and then I'm going to use 1 cup of buttermilk, which I'm going to use 2 cups of buttermilk. And I'm going to use some vanilla, which I'm all out of vanilla, so I'm going to use this homemade rum vanilla I got. So I'm going to, customer made that for me, rum vanilla. And I used it in my pound cake, and it turned out pretty good. Okay, and then I'm going to use, it asks for 1.5 cups of chocolate chips, and I'm going to use probably the whole bag of chips, okay? So now let's get started. And it says I'm going to put it on 350 because they're so big so they can slowly but surely cook, okay? Hoping that I double in my recipe. I hope everything turned out okay. But you know what, y'all? I'm going to make me some coffee because I ain't had no coffee today. I'm eating me a bagel. Get me some instant coffee because I got to get some canned coffee, but I got some instant coffee, and I'm going to make me a cup of coffee while we sit here and get prepared. So everybody get your ingredients together if you're going to make it along with me. Okay, so I'm going to spray my pans and put the filters, I call them filters, cupcake holders in them. I got some big cupcake holders I found. We're going to put them in there. And then I'm going to spray them again so they won't stick to the filter. So I'm going to do 3 pans. I got 4 pans, but I'm going to do 3. And if I need a 4th one, I'll go ahead and do a 4th one up. Okay, so that's what we're doing first. Okay, we're going to add all our dry ingredients together. And we're going to set it aside. So we're going to put 2.5 cups of flour, which you know I'm doubling all of mine. So I'm using 3 cups because I want a double batch. Because I'm going to take some muffins to a friend that's sick. That's Nora, Edna Jones. And I'm going to take some to my girlfriend, Robin. And because she works 24/7. That girl don't never get off that computer at home. So I'm going to take her something too. And I'm going to take them some soup. Okay? So there's my, I got 3 cups of flour, but you're using 2.5 cups. 4, 5. Oh, that means 5 cups of flour. Oop, I was wrong. Okay, so I need 5 cups of flour. Y'all need 2.5 cups. So I put 3, 4, 5. So I need 2 more cups. Okay, so there go my 5 cups. I hope this turned out right. Me doubling batch and everything. Might not turn out. So if it don't turn out, then guess what? You won't see what the muffins look like. Okay, so now we're going to add our 1 tablespoon of baking powder, which I did 2 tablespoons. And 1 tablespoon of baking soda, which I did 2 teaspoons. And a half a teaspoon of salt, which I did a full teaspoon. And we're going to add 1 cup of sugar. No, that's it. I got it all in the cup, and I'm mixing it all together. Okay? Then we're going to stir that together. Make sure all that is mixed together. Now, if it was a cake, you have to sieve it. Cookies, you don't have to sieve. Okay? Okay, now let's go to the mixer. Okay, we're going to get back over here to our soup and stir it up, and then we're going to add our rice and add our leftover. I'm going to add the rice first. We're going to add 3/4 cup of rice. Just add that to that. And let that continue to cook. Then in my leftover red beans and rice, I'm going to add that to it. Give it some more flavor because I'm not throwing nothing away. It had rice in it, so that'll be perfect. And look at that. Look how meaty and stuff that is. And we're going to let that continue to cook. Okay. I'm going to put the lid back on it so it'll get it to boil. But you don't want to put the lid all the way on it because it'll overboil because it's full. Okay, now we're going to mix our butter. And go slow. Our butter and go slowly with the sugar. And add an egg at a time. Sugar. Egg. Remember, I'm doing double batches, so you're going to need 1 cup of sugar. That's all you need is 1 cup of sugar. I'm doing 2 cups of sugar. You're going to need 2 eggs. I'm using 4 eggs. 1 teaspoon of vanilla. I'm using 2 teaspoons of my rum vanilla. Continue to do that. It says 1 cup of buttermilk, and I'm going to use 2 cups of buttermilk. You hear people outside. Add the sugar and the egg. Then I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of my vanilla rum to that. Look at this. This looks so good. Sherry made it for me, and that must be the homemade vanilla. It smells so good. I use it for cakes and stuff. When you never run out of vanilla, this is perfect. Okay, now we're going to get our milk and our flour. So now we're going to just slowly add our flour. I like to cut it off because I don't want it to splatter all over nowhere. Add your flour. And as it gets thick, just slowly add your milk until you get it all, and then your chips. Okay, it's thickening up. And add some milk, buttermilk to it. Add some more flour to it. Cuts it off because, like I said, I don't want it to explode on me. Then start off slowly. Add some more chips. Hope this turns out okay. I'm going to show you how it's thickening up. See? It's thickening up. And I double batch everything. I'm going to continue to do that till it's all done. When I get through making this, I got to mop my floor. My floor is a mess. So now I'm going to take my little cup scoop, and I'm going to scoop out. It turned out good. I'm going to scoop out the muffin mix and just go 3/4 of the way because we don't want it to over pile up. Okay? 3/4. I'm going to show you. Hold on. You can see what they look like. Hopefully I got enough for all of them. If not, I ain't gonna worry about it because I got the big muffin dish. I wanted to see how they turn out. Okay, we're gonna continue to do this, and I'll come back when I'm putting them in the oven. Okay, it made 3 pans of the bigger muffins, jumbo muffins. So that's going to be 1.5 dozen. That's all I need. So, and I had to double the batch. So, it turned out good. So now we're going to bake them at 350 for about 25 to 30 minutes. That's your judgment. You just keep an eye on them and see how they turn out. Okay, I'm going to clean up the kitchen. It's a mess. Okay. Then I'm going to just stir it up. Look at that. The rice is cooking. Everything is cooking. We're going to add a little parsley for color. And then once that parsley cook in there, we'll let it cook for 5 minutes. Then we're going to taste it to see what we need to add, okay? We already put the sugar, so we're going to see, because I don't like that bland taste. We're going to see how it turns out. Okay, I stirred it up and tasted. I'm just going to add a little, I know it ain't go in there, but I'm going to add a little chili powder to it. Chili powder and a little more garlic salt. And it'll be just perfect. But I always like to add chili powder. Okay? Okay, so I'm just going to let it slow cook for 10 minutes and it's done. And I'll let it cook until the muffins come out. And here go our muffins. They turned out good. They big as heck. These must have been the last ones. But yeah, they look nice. Yep, they're brown enough. So 30 minutes is perfect. I got another pan in there. Just need to brown a little bit more. So let's scoop up the plate so I can go sit outside. Okay, the finishing touch. Homemade stuffed pepper soups with crackers and 2 homemade muffins. Look at them, y'all. Look how nice those look. My husband said it tastes like a chocolate chip cookie. There we go. Nice, everybody. Let me see if I can take it off without cutting it off. Look at that. Look at that. Nice, thick turkey, ground turkey. Even got a few beans in it from the leftover red beans and rice. It made it had good flavor with crackers and the blueberry muffin. Not blueberry, chocolate chip muffin. Matter of fact, let me cut it in half so you can see what it look like. And then I'm out of here. Hold on. Look at that. Look at them chips in that muffin. Look at that, y'all. Chocolate chip muffin. Okay. Please like and share. See y'all soon. That's stuffed pepper soup, homemade chocolate chip muffins. And you can have soup anytime. You just don't have to have it when it's cold. Have it anytime, especially when you're sick. Okay, have a good day. Blessed day. Bye-bye.